Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. So, you know that I am so thankful, right? Because you are my purpose. Doing this platform is my purpose. And without you, all of you, those that have subscribed and those who are just visiting, without any of you, there's no sense in me being here. So let's thank God that we can come together and we can do some readings. I can do the readings for you and you can just like kick back and listen. And if you have any input, you can always feel free to make a comment. So let's begin by reading out of the Bible. Okay, I'm going to go to Psalms. I'm going to do I'll do Psalms 108. My heart is steadfast, O God. I will sing and make music with all my soul. Awake, harp and lyre. I will awaken the dawn. I will praise you, O Lord, among the nations. I will sing of you among the peoples. For great is your love, higher than the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches to the skies. Be exalted, O God, above the heavens, and let your glory be all the earth. Let your glory be over all the earth. Save us and help us with your right hand, and those you love may be delivered. God has spoken from his sanctuary. In triumph I will parcel out Shechem and measure off the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine. Manasseh is mine. Ephraim is my helmet. Judah is my scepter. Moab is my wash basin. Upon Edom I will toss my sandals. Over Philistia I will shout in triumph. Who will bring me to the fortified city? Who will lead me to Edom? Is it not you, O God? Is it not you, O God? You who have rejected us and no longer go out with our armies? Give us aid against the enemies, for the help of man is worthless. With God we will gain the victory, and he will trample down our enemies. Psalms 108. Okay. So next we have Miracles Now. The key to getting what I want is to ask for it. When you have opened your heart up to God and you have asked for forgiveness and you've asked for all the tools for your healing, right? God, what tool do I use for this healing? You probably can read the Bible and find different scriptures to help you heal as well. As long as, as well as online. You can probably type in like spiritual healing and you can get some scriptures there. The key to getting what I want is to ask for it from a pure heart, right? You've opened up your heart to God. You've let God in. You've taken maybe just some baby steps on your path, and maybe what you're asking is not too much, or He's gonna give it to you in His divine timing, what you are deserving of. So know that when you are asking or have asked, you have to continue to do your prayers. You have to continue to do your meditations. You have to continue to be a kind, loving person. You have to, it's all choice, right? It's a choice to emanate how you feel that God is, right? to be as close to Him, to be true to Him and true to yourself. And when you ask for things, you have to be very specific. You can't just say, hey, God, give me 5,000 friends on Facebook, because it'll help my business down the road. You have to be really specific. God, I want, or I need to have X amount of people who are like-minded, who operate out of their higher selves. And none of us are perfect, okay? So we have to accept that no one is going to be as good as God. And God is really all we need, right? God will provide everything we need as we get on our path. And I used that 5,000 for the website because that actually happened. I wasn't specific, so I got all these crazy people in there, and I had to filter through. And normally I only carried about 130, 140, I think, maybe at the most like 160. So people become energetically attracted to who you are when you start praying to God. When you start living in that righteousness, right? It's like that butterfly effect again. If I was a butterfly and I flapped my wings, it might have taken 5 months for it to go around the world, right? But how many people did it touch along the way? It's the energy. It's the energy that comes out of you. If you're low vibing, it doesn't mean that you're worse than someone else. It just means that your mindset needs to change. You must have some internal healing that you need to work on and heal. You have to make a choice to speak better about yourself, because if you speak better about yourself, you'll speak better about others. So it's that whole self-love, self-respect, self-integrity, all the self things that you need to do for yourself, so then you can give that to other people. You can't love someone if you don't love yourself. Same with the integrity, same with the whole confidence thing and all that. And what else? But basically the key to getting what you want is to ask for it and believe that you are deserving. And if you feel like there's something that's standing in your way, you can write it down. You say, oh, I'm going to stop cussing because I think that might be a blockage to getting what I want. I'm going to stop hurting people, whether it's playing these little games, whether it's being deceiving, whether it's outright lying, whatever it is, all the things that you can feel that might be a blockage, you want to write it down and remove it. Okay? And all your good things that come to you is every day. When you wake up, that's a blessing. Be thankful, show gratitude. It's a bunch of little things that you have to internally do within so you can extrude it outward. Okay? And if you think of something else, let me know. I'm always interested in seeing other people's perspectives. Next, we have messages from the mermaids. And we have positivity. See? Positivity. When you believe that you're deserving and you know that you've never, it's like not a habit to go out of your way to hurt someone. You stay in your own lane and you focus on your family instead of focusing on other people and what they're doing, right? Then it becomes like some sort of competition. Unless you can focus on, like maybe something your daughter's doing or your son's doing or your cousin's doing. If you focus on it in a positive manner, oh wow, that's really great work he did, you know. But if you say, oh, I could do better, or what he did isn't that important, or whatever, you know, stay on the positive so that you can receive, right? Stay positive. So let me read it for you real quick. Stay positive. A positive attitude can carry you through any situation. A positive mindset can literally change the future, allowing miracles to occur. This super positive mermaid is holding her arms outstretched as she calls to you to follow more positivity into your life, or to allow more positivity into your life. Practicing meditation and affirmations can be very helpful in changing your mindset into a positive one. Positivity and negativity are two sides of the same coin. It's good to remember this if you're feeling in a negative state of mind, which sometimes happen in the human realm. All it takes is a different thought to flip the coin back to positivity. Someone in your circle could be needing your input of positivity right now. Shedding light on a tricky situation, literally through your positive disposition, can make a huge difference to others when they are in a negative space. Sharing your positivity is a beautiful thing if those around you aren't feeling so great. Being close to positive people is a bit like having your batteries charged just by being in their presence. Are you in need of a positivity boost? If so, think of some things that lift your spirit, perhaps meditation, a meal with friends, a walk by the ocean, and so on. It's a good idea to make a positivity checklist that you can use when you need a boost. This doesn't mean that you need to be positive all the time, as that would be almost impossible. Positivity is key here. C star sister. Let's see if hope and miracles. Okay, we only pulled one card, so I'll not finish reading that. Okay, and then that's the end. It's time to really swim up and take note. So, yes, positivity. Dear God, I really could use a new car. You have to stay positive and know that God's going to come through. In His divine timing, God is never late. He's always on time. And you believe that you already have it. It's on its way. So that's another reason why I like doing the readings, is because if I'm feeling a little bit down and I'm feeling a little bit empty, as soon as I start doing the reading, I get filled right up. So doing 3 readings a day, although it is time consuming, it's worth it for my peace. It's worth it to know that I'm doing the work that God wants me to do. I'm reaching out to people, and you all can go see it whenever you like. Not really sure how to do the live readings yet, and I don't know. I think I'm going to just continue on like this for just a bit. When I get really comfortable doing these, then I'll go to live. Okay, so the key to getting what you want is to ask for it, to be positive and know it's already yours, to pray and then let God work behind the scenes for you. Stay positive, keep a positive mindset, and share positivity with others, whether it's giving someone a bag of chips, whether it's sharing lunch with someone. You can surprise someone with like a turkey sandwich from 7-Eleven. I don't know. It's your story, okay? There's many ways that you can uplift other people, because when you're the receiver, right? You're like, wow, you really got this for me? Even though it only costs $6, that's really kind of you. Thank you. I'll make sure I don't waste any of it. And I really appreciate it. Thank you. You made my day, right? Okay. I'm going to leave these cards a little bit to the side in case I want to refer back to them. Okay, next we have Native Spirit. And we have Spirit Keeper of the West. Okay, so I'm on the West. Where are you? Someone said they were in they were in where were they? Not Louisiana. Oh, New Orleans. So I had one reply when I said, tell me where you're from. So whoever it was that said they're from New Orleans, thank you for the response. I really appreciate it. Okay, so you would be the Spirit Keeper of the East or the South. Probably more like the South, right? All right, but this is Spirit Keeper of the West. I'm on the West side. Transformation, letting go of the old, initiation, illumination, harvest. Gather your inner resources. If it doesn't feel right, don't go ahead. Trust your heart. Chaos brings positive change. Almost all change comes out of turmoil. Do not be concerned if there's confusion in your life. It will all work out. Your native spirit wants you to know. In the medicine wheel, the west is the direction that symbolizes the fiery setting sun, autumn and the waning moon, and the time of harvest, and the tumultuous years of teenagers in the human cycle. Out of the chaos arise illumination and transformation. In order for the new to ignite in your life, it's necessary to let go of the old. Sweep away the debris. The Spirit Keeper of the West reminds us to slow down our rapid growth and harvest what we have attained. In the autumn, leaves are burned to make way for new growth. Release the dross in your life to make way for new growth. The journey, standing facing the west and the setting sun. Oh, God bless you, Tombo. Imagine that all the limitations and blockages in your life are flowing from your heart and into the sun. As the sun sets, it carries with it your cares and concerns to be transformed by its purifying energy. Okay? Purifying energy. Feels so good, right? When you're sitting at the beach watching the sunset on a really nice day. I'm still waiting for actual summer to come in. Usually they call it Indian summer here, and it's like September, October is rather warm. Rather warm's like 78, okay? It's dry, like compared to Hawaii, 78 is relatively cold there, but it's a moist 78. Over here it's a dry 78, which makes it feel like it's like 84 or 89, depending, okay? Next, your soul purpose. And you have the electrician, copper. I am a conduit for goodness, prosperity, and love. You should write that down. I am a conduit for goodness, prosperity, and love. The more you say it, the more easily it flows, the more it starts just changing how you view yourself, right? Do you want to view yourself as ugliness and being poor and not of love, right? I am a conduit for goodness, prosperity, and love. Always stay positive. I am focused, grounded, and complete the task at hand. I am open to receive inspiration and great wealth. You ask for it, and you say these confirmations, and you change your mindset to a positive one, and stay on that vibe high, right? Regardless of the people around you, it's a personal choice for you to do so. And if you want better in your life, you really have to either turn off the negativity or push it away. Okay, you cannot be part of the group who's gossiping, who's telling lies, who's deciding how can we screw the company over. You know, I say that because, well, one of the big box stores, when they opened, I heard them say that their year loss was like $250,000. Well, I can only imagine how that went. It would be like, my brother needs a new refrigerator. Just take this and make a delivery. I don't know. I shouldn't say that, but 250,000 losses. That's a big loss. That means inventory wasn't taken in right. You know, the deductions, the key punching. It means there was a lot of damage. It means customers who were walking out with equipment or tools or whatever, big ticket items, and so were the employees. Okay, 250,000 in 1 year is a big loss for Kmart, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, you know, any of those stores, Sears. That's a lot of money. So let me see. Divine feather. That's the feather, and the bird is Oreo. So, you know, when I lived back east, I worked at Lowe's and Home Depot. I worked at Lowe's for longer, and then I went to Home Depot because they had opened up a new store like the next block over. And well, they offered me a lot more money, but then I was losing the commissions. So didn't really, I mean, like, if I would have stayed where I was at, I would have probably been better off. But, you know, it was time for me to go, so I went to Home Depot and worked for a bit. And, you know, and then moving to Hawaii, I see all these people stressed out because they don't know how to handle it. And the store makes about, I don't know, just say a store makes about 250,000 in a month, and they're all stressing because the freight's coming in too fast. They're having a tough time following up with the materials with the customers and getting it staged in the right spot and the whole 9 yards, right? And I would tell them, you're stressed over that. The store I came from made $1 million a day, and that's the truth. That's very much true. And everybody just, not everybody got along and not everybody liked each other, but we all seemed to have a job to do. And yeah, there were some that worked harder than others, but I don't know. I guess the store manager was pretty much on it. It's like he could see who the ones that were lazy and who the ones that were the real workers. And you talk about people who lose their jobs just in a blink of an eye, and he did it twice, like once like the first week of Christmas or the first week of December, and then he did another cut like 2 weeks into that month, and he got rid of like 40 people, which was a sad time to get let go. But it would always be a sad time to get let go, right? So we don't really know whose fault it is. Was it the people training them? Did they not have enough floor knowledge, or did they just not care? So I always tell people, never say I don't know and let the customer go running off, right? You say, you know what, I'm really not sure, but let me call someone who can help us answer that. So I would stay right with the customer, and I would call 804 or 806 or whatever manager was on duty, and then I would ask them the question, hey, do we have a key cutter today? And who is it? you know, or whatever the question is. Where's the lumber at? It's down the other end of the store, you know. What is I don't know, plywood? What is the different tools? Whatever the question was, you know, the store managers, they kind of worked their way up, you know, so they have at least 5 years of experience of what's going on in the store. So anyways, you can do anything you put your mind to. You just got to be on the right side of God, right? You do things the wrong way or for the wrong reasons. Get it? The wrong way or the wrong reasons. Then you're not supposed to have it. You do things for the right reasons, but you don't get it. You keep doing for the right reasons, and people will see, like for the next position, the next opening that you apply for, whatnot. Okay, Oriole is a vibrantly colored songbird that appears to hearken the first days of summer. The feathers are orange and black, reflecting a bright energy or sunshine quality associated with the longer, warmer days. Association with the sun symbolically represents happiness, light, success, positive energy, and new experiences. Oriole is also a weaver, creating a nest from plant fibers that is often hanging from forked branches. This messenger is thought to use its weaving skills to suspend time and travel through new doorways. This feather is symbolic of creative pursuits, new adventures, and projects. Orioles are always positive harbingers of what is new and positive coming into the light. The message: Oriole messenger alerts you that positive change is coming your way. You are being urged to embrace your connection to creativity and use it while you see opportunities ahead. This does not mean to focus solely on artistic output, but also to employ creativity in all aspects of your life. Weave new ideas and innovative thinking into any venture. The sun shining upon you ensures success, happiness, and a positive outcome. This messenger also reminds you to pause and see pleasure in the simple things. It is your tendency to see the obstacles. Move past that now and see the bright path laid out before you. Energies, happiness, new projects, creativity. The season is summer. The element is air and fire. The color is orange, yellow, black. The affirmation: my creativity and projects are blessed with golden light. Okay, let me see. I'll get a sip of my coffee real quick. Okay. Next, the animal messages. And we have the eagle. Pretty stunning, right? I watched a video clip about the eagle is actually carrying away like a, I don't know, like a deer. So their talons are really deadly and they're really strong. They can grasp and hold on to things. Even that heavy. You figure a deer, even if it was a baby deer, you'd have to say it weighed at least 80 pounds. Or more, maybe 120. And I hate to see animals die that way, but you know, it's the cycle of life. And an eagle's not a vulture. An eagle wants live prey to be eaten, not dead prey. Right? Not like rotten. That's what the vultures are for. Okay. And once the vultures leave, then the maggots come in and clean it up, right? It's like, oh, and you say, hey, Living divinity. Hey, Marcia, did you really have to say that right now? It's like, I'm sorry. I just kind of envisioned it, so I had to say it. Okay, eagle, create your vision. Magical, majestic eagle soars and swoops through the air before diving to grasp the fruits of the earth. Her vision senses a rabbit moving a mile in the distance, but to you she gives vision that unveils the past, encompasses the present, and reveals the future. Events will move swiftly from now on, so use the power of eagle wisely to develop your spirituality and consciously create your dream or your vision of the future. Consider, too, the power of karma, which is implicit in your every action or inaction. Okay, let's see. So you see, positivity, you get what you want that you ask for. However, getting what you want, if you put out bad karma, that's a message to the universe. Oh, I know it's going to come back to me, so make sure you put out good karma, right? So it comes back. Stay positive. Be like the eagle. Okay. Next, did I do... I think I did your soul purpose, right? Did I even read it? Electrician. Sometimes, my mind goes off in left field. Let me see if I read it. Okay. I think I read the affirmations. I am a conduit for goodness, prosperity, and love. I am focused and grounded and complete the task at hand. I am open to receive inspiration and great wealth. Do you perform specific tasks that are an integral part of an overall process or project? While this life path is categorized as electrician, it includes all types of subcontractors, such as those who handle plumbing, heating, air conditioning, painting, electrical work, masonry, tile setting, carpentry, roofing, and more. These subcontractors are vital components in the building industry. When the electrician and copper card shows up, consider the role you play in various arenas in your life. Are you fulfilling your piece of the bigger picture? The element of building, problem solving, fixing, or readjusting can come into play in almost any life situation. Components of the bigger picture are as vitally important as the whole and end results. Everyone has a special expertise, including you. Observe how your piece of the overall project and life processes in your family or workplace contributes to the workflow or living life at large. With copper in hand, its conductive qualities support your creative thought processes as well as problem solving. The historic nature of this metal increases your ability to access your creative gifts for substantial monetary gain. A palm-sized piece of copper rests next to my computer mouse to support my own piece of the bigger picture. Copper is my ally when I am performing tasks to create my books, decks, and aromatherapy formulas. Its vibration contributes to opening my consciousness to bring forth new ideas and timely insights. My writing flows easily with this hunk of copper in my peripheral vision due to copper's colorful variations when exposed to the elements and its thermal and electrically conductive qualities. The metal ally increases your ability to tap into wisdom, knowledge, and ideas for easy flow of energies. Okay. Next we have the Archangel Power Tarot cards. Okay. The bottom is 12 perspective, but I'm going to shuffle it some more, so I'm not going to take it. So yeah, see perspective. So if you already have one perspective, you want to maybe ask someone else their perspective, or do some deep diving and figure out another perspective that you could choose from, whatever it is that's on your mind. And then you can reason with yourself. If you have 2 or 3 different perspectives, you can reason with yourself how they either fit in that situation you're trying to solve, or how they don't really fit in. And if you are still unsure, you have to study whatever it is, right? If you're trying to find out, oh, is this my person? Are they up to no good? Are they telling me lies? Are they not being truthful? And that's a terrible way to live, anyways. To wonder. You know, people, I think, I don't know. I think if you live in faith, then, and you ask God to protect your union, and you live in that faith, I believe that if your faith is strong, that God will be touching that person's heart, male or female, you know. And I don't know, it's just, I have my own things that I need to let go, and I never want to take what's happened to me in the past into a new relationship. But at the same time, you have to take the wisdom from that, right? Without bringing forth the idea that whoever you're with is doing the same thing that your previous one or ones have done to you. I don't know, there's a fine line. And everybody has to figure out what their fine line is and what they consider to be totally wrong and unacceptable. But they also have to be able to speak those words to their partner so their partner knows. Okay, so let me do my cuts. My funny little weird cuts. Then I'm going to shuffle it just a couple more times. And then another cut real quick. What's at the bottom? The page of Ariel, reliable, clever, educated, balanced. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you, scholarship or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. That's quite the picture, right? It has like the tree, and then it has the wings behind it. Very pretty. Okay, so let's begin. We have the King of Ariel. Your plans are working out very well, professional and financial success, using resources wisely. King of Ariel, successful, stable, accomplished, powerful. Okay. Next, we have the Chariot, Archangel Metatron. Determination and self-control, career advancements, acknowledgement of success by others. So the king is being celebrated, or maybe the king is celebrating someone else. Okay. The Nine of Raphael. It's time to make a wish. 9 is close to the ending, to start new. Make a wish, dreams become reality, a joyful time of life. Seven of Michael. There is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all the details. You see, Archangel Michael's trying to tell that guy, you know, you're at a fork in the road. You're going down that way. Maybe someone else is, if you had someone else working with you, he might or she might be able to guide you down another path instead of the dark one, right? Next, we have the Queen of Ariel, so we have a match. Mature, practical, generous, happy. Nurturing yourself and those you love. The ability to make anything more beautiful, practical, and wise advice. So we have a match. And we have the King of Gabriel. Generous, inspirational, dramatic, driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. The Lovers. Archangel Raphael. Make choices from your heart. Deeply emotional commitments. The power of love. Page of Gabriel. Energetic, brave, optimistic, playful. Follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge. Opportunities for excitement and adventure. Seven of Raphael. Choose a bucket. It relates to the chakras. But it's time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detox. So someone might have an addiction. It could be a sex addiction. It could be a drug addiction. It could be alcohol addiction. It could be chaos, right? You can just like be addicted to drama and chaos. Whatever those are that are negative, you have to work on transmuting those thoughts, taking them from negative, how it negatively impacts you. You know, if you're drinking or smoking cigarettes or having this sex addiction where you have to have many or whatever the sex addiction is, okay, you have to just turn those off and say, you know, that's kind of like devilish ways. And if I want to have a better life, if I'm asking God for a better life, but I'm not taking any action, right? It has to add up. If you ask God for a new life, you have to be willing to let go of the old. You have to decide, I want positivity in my life. I don't want chaos. You know? It's your choice in how you live. You have free will. Okay. You know, that's why on my right wrist I have God is love. On my left wrist I have love is God. And on my neck I have living divinity. Although a lot of religions, I guess, believe that tattoos are not good for you. You know, this tattoo isn't hurting anybody. It was painful for me to to get it put on, but it was worth the sacrifice, because every time I look in the mirror and I see my neck tattoo, or if I'm washing my hands and I see God is love and love is God, it's a daily reminder that, thank God that He is forgiving. Thank God that He is loving. Thank God that He provides. Thank God that He guides and protects you. Thank God that He extends to your loved ones to keep, His hand over them to keep them safe as they're out and about. Thank God for the miracles that He provides every day. If you just open your eyes, you'll see the little miracles. Look, there's enough oxygen in the air to light this candle. What if all of a sudden the oxygen disappeared? God allowed the sun to rise for you. Okay, there's so much to be thankful for. Next is the magician. Archangel Raziel, you can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful new beginnings. When you detox, when you speak to God, when you have your divine connection, God, I want a better life. God, I'm willing to put to rest the negative patterns that are currently in my life so I could have a better life with you, Lord. Give me the strength. Give me the know-how. Give me the patience. Give me the resolution so I can make it happen. And I'll take action. I want to stay positive. I don't want to be negative. I want to push negativity away. I don't want anybody trying to tempt me to go back to the other way. I'm putting God on the forefront of my life. I'm putting my self-love and my love for God on the forefront of my life. Okay? True of Raphael. This is a love card, right? Two hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, do not give up on those you love. So like for me, I love all of my relatives, okay? I don't wish anything bad. Sometimes bad thoughts do come in my mind and I say, no, I don't wish that. That's not mine. I don't wish that anything bad happens to anybody that I love. Do I wish that God might teach him a lesson and it'd be at God's, He's the judge, right? I have asked for justice for my ancestors. When people speak bad about, my ancestors, my parents, my grandparents, I take that to total heart. And I don't appreciate it. Yes, my dad murdered somebody. But how dare you talk about him when you barely knew him when he was alive? And just because you heard something, don't come to me with your negativity about my dad. Because through it all, I still love my dad. I know what the truth is of what he's done. But it can't stop that the love that I have for him dies. I would never want the love for my dad to die. Like, wasn't it painful enough for me to have to go through that? Or anyone else, my siblings? Why would someone think that they're above to talk about my dad to me? And that same person, actually lives with someone who can be terribly mean. And that terribly mean person, I love him too. And I would never wish anything bad on him. When you wish bad things on people or you use a bad tone, you're letting the evil side of you take over. I don't want to have to go to sleep at night and say, oh, I wish I wouldn't have told my cousin that. That was so horrible for me to tell her. Now she's upset and blah, 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 blah. And I was totally wrong. I shouldn't have gone there with her. I shouldn't have placed judgment on someone that she loves, or whatever the situation was. I've always been very sensitive to what I say and how I say it. And God knows I'm not perfect, okay? So don't think that I'm up here trying to show you that I'm this perfect person. I'm just saying, my loved ones, I love them all. Even cousins I haven't seen in 20 years. Grandma said to love everybody. And if I love my grandma, if I respect my grandma, and she is a child of God, well then, I'm going to do what she told me. I'm going to love everybody. And if they want to do me wrong, if they want to be mean, I just separate away from them. And the truth is, when I leave them, whoever I leave behind, they're suffering the loss, not me. They're suffering the loss because I'm the one that gave into the relationship. I'm the one that showed up. And when they said negative things to hurt me, I said, okay, I'm going to go over here. I tell people, I told my oldest sister when I got here, if there's any he said, she said, if there's any of these game playing things going on, I'm going to leave. I'm going to walk out of your life and you're never going to see me again. She pushed the envelope and she pushed the envelope and she pushed the envelope. And her and my other sister thought it was funny. Now, I'm not trying to tell you something that's like a chip on my shoulder. I'm just telling you factual, that I know I deserve better than that. And they know that I deserve better than that. But because of something that's bothering them about themselves, they have to project that negativity somewhere else. And I'm the only one left because both my other sisters are dead. So now they thought that they could attack me and they could put me in that spot. And I said, no, I'm not going there. I'll be over here. I love you, but I will never be around both of you together ever again. And at this point, I don't really want to be around either one of them separately, because I know that as soon as I see one, then they're going to call the other one. Oh, do you want to know what Marcia said? Oh, do you know? And it's all twisted stuff so that they feel closer to each other. Go feel close. Go feel close to each other. You don't have to involve me. You guys deserve each other. Go do whatever it is that you do together. And I'll be over here. But it doesn't mean that I harbor any bad feelings towards them. It doesn't mean I harbor any hate towards them. I've learned that I have to accept people the way they are. And I've learned that I have to love people from a distance. If they can't respect me the same way I respect them, then shoo, fly, go away. Okay? My mom used to say that, shoo, fly, go away kind of thing, but I think that's where I got it from. So love each other, whoever you are. If you have a kindred spirit that you think is your match, go get him or her. Me, myself, I feel like that's like the guy's duty, right? Because that's the time where I grew up. The guy's the one that, not chased, but that walked up and said, hey, my name's Dan. I really like you. You want to go to the dance with me tonight? You just don't make people how they used to. I don't know if it's an improvement or, I don't know. I think it's like the whole communication thing. We lost real communication when everybody's got cell phones, right? Nine of Michael, someone's worried. We see this card all the time. When you worry, then don't pray. Because you can't pray and then still worry. If you worry and your mind is set on the worst case scenario, maybe it's not going to happen, but I think the positivity may not come through for you, okay? You have to stay positive. Oh, dear God, I want a camper. I want to travel around the country, and somehow I want to have enough money to do that. Right? I want to be able to speak to the whole world on this platform and tell them where I'm going and what I'm doing and how living a free life, thanks to you, dear Lord, that I can do. Then, what I'm really supposed to do is to claim that I have that God's going to bring it to me in His divine timing. So I prepare for that. How do I prepare? I start packing up all these little things that I don't use, and I start donating it or giving it to neighbors or give it to the church right across the street. And I start getting rid of things because soon I'm going to be on an adventure. And every time I start thinking negative, I do a reading so that way positivity could stay in my life, right? And then when God's divine timing comes, one day He will take me to a place where maybe I could pick up my own RV, and I'll have the money to pay for. So don't worry, be happy. Next, we have the Four of Raphael. Seek out other possibilities. This, to me, is like the Four of Cups. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. Why am I feeling that way? Is someone else projecting this negativity? I should be happy being here on the beach. It's not too hot. I can go get my feet wet in the water. If I pay attention, I might be able to look out and see dolphins or whales or just watch the birds or people walking with their dogs. So I have to change my mindset, right? Because all I'm doing is pouting over not having exactly what I want. Change your mindset. Appreciate what you have, even if it is 3, 4 little conch shells. Those conch shells, you could lift them up and you could put them to your ear and hear the ocean. Yeah, so she has 1, 2, 3, 4 that she could try. The Knight of Ariel. Trustworthy, understanding, devoted, funny. There is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan, being watched over by someone kind. So you see, an angel. He's watching over the angel. Right? It makes me think that maybe this is a deceased person that's come back, and maybe this person had liked working with plants and stuff, and he's seeing this angel. Could be someone who was in his life before she perished, because she looks really young. Okay. Next we have the moon. Archangel Haniel. The opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. Fears, what does that stand for? False something appearing real. I grew up being very fearful of everything. My brother told me I'd be walking home from school alone, that I better be careful because some dog might want to eat me, make me bleed and give me pain. And it happened. But my dog saved me. My dog Smokey was a little Pomeranian, saved me from a St. Bernard who was in the middle of the street in that attack stance. The exact same attack stance my brother Michael told me the dog would have. And he said, don't run because the dog will run you down and kill you. My dog Smokey, a little Pomeranian, came in between us and did his yapping. And that dog was like, oh, well, I guess I better go. She belongs to him. My siblings used to run me through the cemetery and tell me the night of the living dead was going to come and grab me and take me under. But everyone in my family, all my siblings went through that when they were growing up. It's just that I was the youngest, so I'm the one that has more people trying to torture me and make me fearful. I can imagine what I would be if I didn't have that fear in my life. Like, what could I have accomplished in my life if I didn't have that fear? I feared when my dad got mad, yet I could talk to him. It was like when he would get off work, he'd go straight to his bedroom, and my mom would feed him his food in his room so he could have his peace. There was a little TV in there. And then sometimes one of my sisters, it's usually my sister Terry, she would take me and tell me, oh, go play games with Dad. And then she'd open the door and stay away so it looked like I opened the door. So then I'd go in there, and he taught me how to play like Crazy 8, and he taught me how to do, he taught me how to play checkers and chess. So I would spend a couple hours with him, and it's just mine and his time. I mean, like, would I have really thought of it being the little 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old? No, I was coaxed into doing it. Not that I wouldn't have done it with my dad, but that wasn't like on the list of things for me to do. But I see now that it made my dad happy that he had someone that he could play his games with, and they were good, clean, fun games. So I learned to participate in games. The game of life, well, it's been a little bit difficult for me because Grandma always said, love everybody. Mom wasn't around long enough to teach me about the birds and the bees. And Grandma was too much of a Christian to talk about that. Plus, well, my parents moved out of this town when I was 12, almost 12 years old. And I didn't see my grandma that much after, but after my mom passed away, my grandma was my rock. I could call her on the phone. And whenever I left town, like when I went into the service and all, anytime I came back to town, I had to see Grandma. I had to see Grandma. I had to stop by the cemetery to see Mom. And those are just things I had to do. It was my first priority to see and spend time, Anyways, so the moon. The moon talks about, they usually say moon magic. So what's going on here? We have a couple, an actual couple. Yet we have these three who are not a match at all. So it could be three people You have worked really hard to keep these two apart, right? Isn't that always how it goes? These two people really love each other. They're a kindred soul, right? Where is that? Kindred souls. The other people didn't like that. They could see their energy. They did whatever they could to leave both of them feeling like they're both losing out. There's no way to recoup that relationship. Someone's praying about it. Yet, he or she has all of this in their life to keep them not thinking about their kindred person. They have all this interfering. You know, when it's evil versus good, well, we know the evil has to do with the devil, right? The devil, could he have, made a deal with these three people, or maybe just one of them? Gather up your people. Get that king and put him in this. Keep him in this. Don't let him be free to run back to his kindred spirit person that he loves. Right? Someone's walking alone. Archangel Michael's saying, you can do this without doing it alone. Who's making wishes? Are they good wishes or are they bad wishes? A magician can be both sides, right? They can choose. One person could be a magician for the good, and one person could be the magician for the bad. There are the lovers here in the chariot, and there's a perfect match. Yet, all of this was standing in the way or is standing in the way. Was there moon magic? Or maybe the king or queen of Ariel went for a walk, looked up at the moon. The moon, the connection, the receptivity, right? The sun is creativity. The moon is receptivity. Dear God, answer me through the moon. What's going on with my life? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? I really do care about that person, and I've been waiting for her to return. She said she was going to return. It's past the time frame. It's either I risk it all for love, or I stay here where there is no love, but these are all the things that I'm used to. I'm used to running around with all these people. I'm used to the addictions of alcohol. I'm used to the addictions of not eating well. I'm used to the addictions of staying out late. I'm used to the addiction of sex with multiple people. I'm not sure it's your story, dear. 10 of Ariel. Being grateful. Financial success. A rich and rewarding family life. Are you praying for this? Or is it your reality? Have you stayed in this position and just said, well, I'm going to settle It's not really giving me full fulfillment. But if I just pretend that they're my family and that they love me as much as I love them, then I'm settling, and I have to be okay with that. Or it's taking the leap of faith. Taking the leap of faith and walking away from the old. So you can have this with the kindred spirit person that keeps calling to you and you keep calling to him or her. Alright, so let's just pull 3 more cards and see what we have. Then I'll go do the time thing on Google with Joanna, Sacred Stars. So that's the thing, is forgiveness, right? If you found someone that you really believed was your kindred soul, but they weren't ready for whatever reason, and maybe they couldn't even tell you that they weren't ready, you know, maybe they just, or they thought they were like a real player. They're trying to show up for their friends and say, yeah, watch me play her. She's going to follow me around like a little puppy dog. I already know her type. So, you know, he tries to play this little game, and then she's like, hey, what was that last night? Why did you treat me that way? No, I don't play those games. I'm beyond that. Is this where you're at? Okay, go play. But I'm leaving. I'm moving across waters. I'm going to try to grow by myself. I wanted to grow with you. But since you're in this player mode, this egotistical mode that you allowed your friends to put you there, when in reality, they don't want you to shine for real, your true self. They want to put you in the box. They want to shine you up when they want, and they want to dim you up when they want. And then, you know, everything's done, right? You give them time to go live your life. I'll see you in a couple years. Time passes, you know, things aren't progressing as well as you thought it would, being without that person that you really wanted in your life, but it's a slower process than what you imagined. And why was it a slower process? Because God had things for you to learn. God had things He needed him to learn before you two can come together. So everything happens in divine timing. You know, it was very similar to what I just said, but I woke up one morning and all I heard was marriage. So I texted him, I was like, are you really getting married? Is that really who you want to be with? Is she the number one, or is she this one you're settling for? He was settling for her because I wouldn't chase him. Do you really want... Okay, you want to settle? All right. I'll just be over here working on myself, because I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to be a third party. I'm not going to be your side chick. I'm not going to get in between a relationship. So I go and focus on myself over there. Then a week later, he contacts me. Wow, I really miss you. well, she doesn't treat me that good, but I'm still here. I'm not sure how I can get out of it. And I say, well, I offered you a place to stay. I said that we could work on projects together, and you still want to be hanging around with all those people, so the people that hate me, because they see what a good match that you and I are together, even though we're different, our energies really match. And if you can't see that, then I can't make you see it. So I'll just be over here working on myself. The outcome's the outcome. Am I going to fight another woman for love? No, I'm not. You want to know why? Because I love myself enough not to lower my standards to even think about that. If he can't see the value in me, and he sees that she is second best to what he really wants, but he's still choosing her. Okay, shoo fly, go away. So sometimes it happens that way. Sometimes you really think that you love a person, and you could very well really love them. And they could love you. But if they're set in their ways and they don't want to change from, this one that he has, he can go out and sleep around with everybody. But the only thing he really promised her was that I'm going to stay away from her because I want you in my life, right? He's telling his second choice. She says to him, she's out of the picture. She's moved away. I'm here, and you and I had made agreements. Now, if you want to keep things status quo, then you can sleep with any woman as long as you come home to me, except for her, because I'm the true threat. Okay, and I'm not gonna, I'm just not gonna compete when I already know that he's losing out. Yeah, I'm losing out on a kindred spirit that really should be mine. And there's no claim to people's souls, right? It's what does your heart tell you to do that makes your heart flutter? Okay? Yeah, my heart flutters for him. But if he's fluttering for all these others, and he's with her because he can do that, then stay over there and do that. Don't bring that over here to me. So, we are all learning lessons in life, no matter how young or no matter how old we are. And it's what we do with the information as we move forward. The thing about forgiveness is, this is the key thing about forgiveness. When you die and go to heaven and you are standing up in front of God in your spiritual suit, right? In your spirit. And you say, God, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, I did that wrong. I prayed for your forgiveness. God's going to say, yes. Yes, my son. Yes, my daughter. Yes, I granted you forgiveness. However, I sent someone to you who was damaged, who was hurt. I knew you were capable of healing them, yet you didn't forgive them. I sent them to you so you can be a testimony of how my love is within you and how powerful you are because of me, and how you were able to heal your twin flame and you denied him. Okay? So those who believe they have a twin flame, this is just a story, okay? I mean, It could be your truth. It could not be your truth. You got to put it where it fits. If you believe that you have a twin flame that you're not willing to work things out with, no matter what, then be ready to be judged for that. Be ready to have God tell you, I sent him to you because I knew you could heal him. You have the purest love for him that he'll ever feel in the whole world. The thing is you have to set your boundaries and you have to stand firm, and he has to understand. He has to speak the words. Yes, those are requests that you made to me. Yes, I promise I will be that. I will do that. I can, because now I have you next to me. You fulfill me. You, out of all these people, have forgiven me for the worst things. And you never stopped loving me. Just as God would want to do for you, what you would want God to do for you. Right? Anyways, my heart is my heart. Who is it? Neil Young, The Heart of Gold. I wish my heart was the heart of gold, because it would never get broken. But broken hearts have to heal. They heal through God. They heal through prayers. They heal through meditation. They heal through time. They heal through love. And every time your heart is broken and it heals, it actually becomes stronger. You actually become wiser. You actually know better of what not to do next time. And all of you are entitled to feel however you feel. I personally feel like, I've had to do a lot of forgiving in my life. I had to forgive my mom for leaving me. Although she didn't have a choice, that was God's way of giving her peace and taking her out of this world. I had to forgive my mom for leaving me so that I could know that I still have my life to live. What if I didn't forgive my mom for leaving me? I'd say, damn, Mom, you left me. I'm going to go kill myself so I could be with you. Right? That's kind of extreme, but let's face it. Haven't we all felt a certain way before? I wanted to live my life. I wanted to learn things. It was really only my mom or my grandma that could teach me things. My sisters, they just allowed me to live with them. They allowed me to help them keep their house clean. Or they allowed me to entertain, their children, or when they had friends over, or whatever, The advice was never good. They didn't even want to teach me how to cook. Like, how special would it have been if my sisters taught me how to cook, how Mom taught them how to cook, that I could have the same meals that Mom made. But you see, they all took care of me because they had to, not really because they wanted to. They always made me feel like a burden. They always wanted me to feel small. They always wanted me to be quiet. They always wanted me just to disappear out of their lives. I did for 40 years, and I came back. And I came back for that one reason, to realize that they never wanted me back. And I have to be okay with it. And I am. Because it's by God's grace that I'm still here. I'm still here as a whole person. I'm still here as a healing person. You can heal me, I can heal you. With our stories of our trials and tribulations, of where we've been and where we're going. It's all testimony of God's love. Okay, so be more forgiving to yourself so you can be more forgiving to others. And if you feel like whoever this is in your life that's not in your life, that could be coming back to your life, that you decide, I'm not entertaining this anymore. I say as a godly person, think how it would be if you were in heaven and God treated you in that same way. God decided that, all this time was a waste of time. God, can you imagine God saying that to you? And then decide where you want to go. For me, I want to forgive. Maybe I don't want whoever hurt me back in my life, but I have to forgive so that I can move forward freely, knowing that I forgave them, I forgave myself, and I forgave us as a friendship, a sibling, whatever, and I just move forward now. I don't carry around any guilt or any regrets. And I know that God sees that I try to do my best. And that's all I can do, is do my best and speak about God and how God has touched my life. And to read these cards for you, read out of the Bible for you, read these little, the little booklets of the affirmations to help guide you out, to help you feel whole. Feeling whole is like a whole new experience. After being married for, might as well say 40 years between two men. Feeling whole. People lose themselves when they get married. Not always, but sometimes it was like that for me. And I'll tell you the major reason why those two marriages failed. Because God wasn't in the home. God was never spoken about in the home. God was never recognized in the home. Anyways, everybody, that's the end of the reading. I hope that you found some value in this reading today. I think it was full of a lot of information. I hope that I've helped you in some way. And let's thank God that we were able to come together, okay? I'm sending you love, light, peace, harmony, hope, faith, love, lots of love, and healing. All the goods, right? And you guys, without you, there's no need for me to be here. So give yourself a pat on the back for just being here and supporting me in that manner. Thank you so much. God bless. Aloha.